Okay, it's week 5. We are halfway through the program. I hope everything's going very well for you. We're going to be introducing a swinging knees to bar from the box during this week. I want to explain why this is so important. You see, when people hang underneath the bar, their hips are low, their knees are low, and when they start doing, say, the hollow Superman thing that you commonly see, what happens when they go to transition is their legs are still quite low. So what I do is I take the approach of lifting the legs up toward the bar, because once the knees get a certain amount of height, when you extend the hips and you start to transition, the knees will not move. If they are too low, as they are in a hollow body position when you're hanging beneath the bar, if your knees are too low, then there's not enough reach in your torso and upper body in order to get you over the bar. So to counteract this, I like everybody training to get their knees way too high, because if they are too high, then you're doing too much movement, and that's actually a good thing. Sometimes it's hard to get people to do more movement, but in this case, we are going to do extra movement. So if you come short, you still have done plenty of range of motion for what we actually need. We don't need your knees to the bar during a bar muscle up. In fact, I would suggest against it. But what we do want is our knees at least as close to the bar as the length of our upper leg, our femur. So when you go into this movement and your knees come up and you go to transition, that once your knee stops, if it is as close to the bar as the length of your femur, you're going to rotate around the bar and finish the bar muscle up with your hips at the bar. If you make any mistakes and your knees are extra low during the transition when you do the bar muscle up, you still have a certain amount of wiggle room to get up and over the top of the bar. So this is great. Now, when you go from the box is so you don't have the complexity of jumping. So you're going to try to create that straight line from your hands to your hips, a nice smooth swing into this, and then just whipping your knees up to the bar. You will see in the tutorial that the goal is to get your knees to touch the front side of the bar, which is the opposite side that you stand on. But like I said, if you don't get your knees there, it's not that big of a deal. So don't worry about it. Just do your best to get your knees up. And the other thing that we're doing for week 5 is we're just going to try to solidify the movement patterns that you should already be familiar with from the first 4 weeks. So that goes from jumping from the floor, bad cheerleader jump, target reach stop, the loading position, and then as you see, we are working into the knees up position. So we're just kind of building this movement as we go through the weeks, and make sure that you are just videoing yourself and reviewing this to make sure that your body is being as accurate as possible in all these positions. I know I keep stressing that, but it is super important to the success of your bar muscle up. So just pay very close attention to it and review all your videos with a lot of detail. I will see you next week, week 6. Enjoy week 5, and I wish you the best.